Today I'm going to show you how to fix this. Yep, that's 6,000 miles on one belt. And I had planned to switch out the contra spring, but that didn't go as planned. So the first thing you're going to want to do is take the case off, which I already did, and then you're going to take this 13mm nut off. You're going to need an extra hand for this. And once you get that nut off, you can take this pulley off and then take the cover off, and you get to this nut here. This baby is a whopping 36mm. Thankfully, I've done this before, and I've already got the socket from a previous project. Unfortunately, I don't have the impact that I used for that previous project, and this M12, I think it is, just wasn't cutting it. So we're going to save that for next time. So we put that back on, we're good to go, and now it's time to change the rollers. Thankfully, changing the rollers is much easier than changing the springs. You start by removing the 17mm nut and then taking the actual variator over to a workbench because you don't want everything falling all over the floor. And normally this is a super simple process. You take the old rollers out and you put the new ones in. Well, of course, these rollers were from a different project and I thought they'd work, but they don't. So let's just get back to changing the belt and, get to the problem at hand because it was fine before the belt broke. Unfortunately, I had to use two hands for this, so I couldn't record it. But all you have to do is compress the secondary pulley enough to where the belt fits in, and then you can put your primary pulley on to center it and then just tighten the nuts up and you're good to go. It looks a little loose, but it'll tighten up on its own. And it's not necessary, but I cleaned out the cover a little bit because it was completely black. And now finally you can get the cover back on. It's just a bunch of 8mm bolts and you're good to go. And the kickstart just goes back on nice and easy. Just like that. This scooter is back in action, but I can definitely tell it pulls better. And just as a finishing touch, we're going to put some seafoam in her.